Well, hello there and good morning, kids. Today is Thursday, April 30th, which means it's Children's Day. Woo! Happy Children's Day, my kids. Yes, sixth graders. This is your last Children's Day. I know it's sad. It is pretty sad. But enjoy it. Have fun. Relax. Uh, do whatever you want because it's your day, okay? It's your day. I need you to enjoy it. I need you to just, even if we have this situation of the COVID-19, have fun at home. Watch the movies you want, play video games, read a book. Some of you don't take it as something fun to do, but I enjoy reading a good book. I'm not a kid anymore, but I still behave like a kid. Just have fun, okay? Have fun, enjoy it. I really wish that you enjoy this day a lot, okay? Now, I wish I could do something special for you. I wish I could do like the candy bags that we usually do and all that stuff. But since it's a bit complicated because I'm not there, I'm gonna do something extra special. I'm gonna take the laptop with me and I'm gonna take it so you can have uh, a little fun over here. Voila! Welcome to my collection. As you can see in there, I have a collection of figures. Mm. These are some part of my collection. I have other part here. I have some others up there. Sorry, I'm too short. I cannot show them properly. Plus, I'm holding a laptop in my hand, so yeah, it's a bit complicated. I have some other stuff in here too. Mm-hmm. And I have, obviously, for my Star Wars fans. There we go. Give me 1 second. I have some anime here. The Lord of the Rings. And I have some random stuff up there. This is part of my collection. This is part of what I love. This is part of what I do all the time. The idea of this is, kids, even if you grow older, you don't have to stop being a kid. You don't have to stop being amazed for many things. You don't have to stop enjoying what you do, what you love. You don't have to stop being who you are. I'm 31 years old, and I still enjoy many things as a kid would do. I love watching animated movies. I love watching Shrek. I love watching Madagascar. I love watching Adventure Time. I love watching cartoons. I love watching anime. I love watching many things that a kid would enjoy. The Teen Titans. I love going to the movies and see sometimes kid movies like Toy Story and all that stuff. Um, I love playing video games. I love reading comics. I love drawing. and I'm 31 years old. That's why I enjoy being with you so much, because I'm still a kid inside. And that's what you have to always remember. Not because you grow up, you're going to become a boring adult. Yes, you have to major. I'm majoring many things, but you don't have to let go of what makes you happy, of what you enjoy, just because you're an adult. Embrace it. When you are an adult, you have the chance to buy things like I do. You have the chance to get the things that maybe you couldn't get as a kid. Maybe mom and dad couldn't get it for you. Now you can do it when you're an adult. And not because you're an adult, you're going to stop enjoying life. You have to enjoy it even more. You're not an adult yet, but what I'm telling you is you're still a kid. You're going to become a teenager. And then you're going to start learning more things. You're going to have new interests. And you have to enjoy all of them. But what makes you happy as a kid, don't let it go. Enjoy it even as you become an adult. Like I told you, I'm 31 years old and I enjoy everything like a little kid. And sometimes I behave like a little kid. And that's not bad. Okay? It's good. It means that you're enjoying life the way that you want to enjoy it. I know it was real fast. I know hopefully when we come back to school, I can show you this part of my collection that I have. And I hope that you will enjoy it as much as I do. And just enjoy your day. Okay? I love you all. I miss you all a lot. I'll be honest with you. Part of what makes me happy, a big part of what makes me happy, is being a teacher. And not being able to be there with you, to see your faces, to hear you laughing, to hear your ideas, telling me all the ideas that you have, all the things that you usually do at school in my classroom. I enjoy them. I enjoy being with you. You're one of the best groups that I have had, and I miss all of you. Okay, kids. I'm not gonna get sentimental. No, I'm not gonna cry, but I do miss you. So enjoy your day. Let's get down to business. You have some work today. You have phonology, writing. You have language. You're going to be working with relative clauses, but this time in language, the relative clauses are going to be totally different because it's flipped classroom, which means you are going to do it by yourself. You're going to take the role of the teacher, and I am just going to be the student. You have to show me that you can tell me how to use relative clauses. That's how the work of today is going to be. So for phonology, we're going to be working with page 17 and 18. Sorry, 18. 17 and 18. And language, we're going to be working with page 77 and page 78. Let's get down to business. Let me share my screen with you. Put it up. There we go. Page 17, phonology. Enrich visible thinking. Creative thinking. Designing something new. As you know, we have already seen it in last year. Egyptians, they created some of the first written languages. They use hieroglyphs. Hieroglyphs are images that represent something. In this case, you have the alphabet that they used, represented by images and what they represent. This little duckling represents A, but if it's a larger duckling, represents U. But it could also represent the W and stuff like that, as you can see. For example, in here you have Cleopatra, and it is written in hieroglyphs. Okay, give me one moment. Sorry. Yes, I know. It happened the same in the video of 5th grade. I'm sorry. I'm not sick. No COVID-19. No coronavirus. No, don't worry about it. No. Yes, I sneezed. Yes, some of you always ask me, did you sneeze or did you cough? I sneezed. Thank you if you said bless you. Much appreciated. Let's go down to business again. Cleopatra, as you can see, it is reading here in hieroglyphs. The idea of the work for this page is that you create your own hieroglyphic symbols for each letter. You have to create your own. You don't have to copy the ones that are up. You have to create your own. Yes, you can use emojis. You can do whatever you want. Just use your imagination. Enjoy your day. Okay, use your imagination. Think of something that you can create. You have to put all the symbols in here. And then once you have all the symbols, you have to write your name. You can write the full name. You can write your nickname. You can write your short name. Maybe, for example, Becca. Boom. And she writes, instead of Rebecca, Becca. I don't know, my twinsy Michelle, she writes twinsy instead of Michelle. Javi, okay, stuff like that. Emir, well, Emir has to write his name. Sorry, Emir, there's no way to make your, well, maybe Amy, could be, yeah. Edu, Isabelala, Isra, you know, that kind of stuff, right? Just write your name. Make sure to write your name in there. Once you do that page, once you do your own hieroglyphs and you write your name with your own hieroglyphs, we're gonna go to page 18 and it's write about it. Do your best. In this phonology lesson, we learned about Mark Antony, not the singer. Some moms probably know about Mark Antony, the singer, not that singer, but Mark Antony from the Roman Empire and Cleopatra. And we saw them as a romantic couple in history. William Shakespeare even wrote a tragic play telling their love story. Okay, Shakespeare wrote a play telling their love story. Okay, now imagine you're living in ancient Egypt or ancient Rome. What might Cleopatra and Mark Antony say to each other? You have to take the role, girls, of Cleopatra, boys of Mark Antony. But since Children's Day, we're gonna change it, flip it. Girls, you're gonna take the role of Mark Antony. Boys, you're gonna take the role of Cleopatra. And you're gonna write your point of view. You're gonna write a letter to that person. So boys, you're gonna be Cleopatra. Girls, you're gonna be Mark Antony. And you're gonna write a letter to the other. The girls are gonna write a letter to Cleopatra, and the boys are going to write a letter to Mark Antony. No, it's not necessary for it to be romantic. You just have to write a letter. If you want to go romantic, sure, no problem. It is not going to affect you or do anything bad. Okay, it's just an exercise and we're having fun. That's all you have to do. Write the hieroglyphs, write your name, and then write a letter to the other person. Boys, you're Cleopatra, you're gonna write a letter to Mark Antony. Girls, you're Mark Antony, you're gonna write a letter to Cleopatra. And then the self-assessment. How do you feel about this piece of work? How do you feel about what you wrote? Was it difficult for you to do it because you were taking another role that you're not used to? Was it easy for you? What parts of it do you particularly like or dislike? What did you like the most? What you didn't like and why? And what did you enjoy about writing this piece? Why you're enjoying writing this? Is there something that you enjoy? Maybe that you had to do something different. Maybe that you had to think in another way. It's up to you, okay? That is the work for phonology. Again, page 17, the hieroglyphs that you have to create, write your name. Page 18, you're gonna change their roles. Boys are gonna be Cleopatra, girls are gonna be Mark Antony, and you have to write a letter to the other person. Good, that's all the work for phonology. Now, let's go to language. Page 77, page 78, relative clauses. It says here, flipped classroom. Like I told you, flipped classroom means, I'm the student, you're the teacher. You have to watch the video and you're gonna say, but what video, teacher? Click in here. Click in here. As you can see, a video will appear. Now I'm not gonna show the video. I'm not gonna show the video, you have to watch it. But the video is in here. You have to click in here, okay? So you can watch the video. Watch the video, and once you watch the video, you can go down to the topic. I'm gonna explain it, even though I'm supposed to be the student now. I'm gonna explain it because that's my job, okay? Just in case that the video wasn't so informative for you, I'm gonna try to explain it a little bit more. A relative clause gives more information about someone or something. Relative clauses begin with a relative pronoun. These are the most common relative pronouns. Who, when. Let the music pass. Done. Who, when, where, which, that, whose. Those are the most common relative pronouns. Now, relative clauses can be two ways: defining and non-defining relative clauses. Let's go for defining relative clauses. A defining relative clause gives us essential information about the noun it is referring to. It is going to give us information that we extremely need to understand the sentence. Without it, we're not going to be able to understand it. Defining relative clauses, they give us information that we need to understand the sentence. Without it, it's going to be incomplete. Okay? For example, have you met the girl who, this is the beginning of the relative clause. Who is the beginning, and then lives next door. The essential information is lives next door. Because without it, it would be like, have you met the girl? And then the question is gonna be like, what girl? Okay. Oh, the girl who lives next door. Oh, okay. Then you need the defining relative clause to understand the complete sentence. Have you met the dog? What dog? Oh, the dog that is in the blue house. Oh, okay, that one. Yes, I know it. It's really cute. Okay. Do you know, would be more like, who is Teacher Roy? Oh, Teacher Roy is the short, fat, nah, I'm sorry, I'm not that fat. Teacher Roy is the coolest teacher on earth. Ooh, that would be great. Defining relative clauses give us essential information to understand the rest of the sentence. Therefore, a non-defining relative clause is going to give us information that is not actually that necessary. If that information is not there in the sentence, you're still going to understand it. It's not going to affect. Non-defining relative clauses, if you take away the information, it is not going to affect the meaning of the sentence. Example, the woman who, beginning of the relative clause, used to be a teacher was great with kids. Okay, we know that she used to be a teacher, that's great. But is it necessary? We'll see. If we take it away, if we take away the non-defining relative clause, the sentence is going to be like, the woman was great with kids. Are you able to understand the sentence? Yes, you're able to understand that that woman was a great person with kids. She used to be a good, she is able to manage kids, she's able to be with them, and the kids love her. So you understand that sentence. It's not necessary to know that she used to be a teacher. So a non-defining relative clause is going to give us information that is not necessary for us to understand the sentence. If you take it away, it's not going to affect the sentence. Okay? For example, the cat, which is very old, is taking a nap. If we take away the which is very old, it's going to be the cat is taking a nap. Are you able to understand it? Yes, the cat is sleeping. Kelly's brother, who lives in Egypt, is coming to visit next week. If we take away who lives in Egypt, it's going to be Kelly's brother is coming to visit next week. Is it necessary to know that he lives in Egypt? No, it is extra information that is going to just be extra, not affect in a good or bad way the sentence. It's just extra information. Okay, so again, defining, you need the information because without it, you're not going to understand the sentence. Non-defining, you don't need the information, it's just extra. And if you take it away, it's not going to affect it because you're still going to understand the sentence. Okay? Once you do that, we can go to page 78. And page 78, you have to do the exercises. Circle the relative pronoun that best completes each sentence. You have the 4 relative pronouns and you have to circle the best one. Remember, sometimes to get the best idea, to get the best answer, you have to use common sense. Does it sound good? Does it sound bad? Go for the best one that sounds better. And if not, sometimes, since you're still learning English, you have to flip. You have to turn the switch and change the things into Spanish, translate it into Spanish. Why? You're still learning. Your second language is English. Your mother tongue is Spanish. Some things you understand them better in Spanish than in English. So sometimes you have to turn it, translate it into Spanish so you can understand the sentence, and then you change it into English and you get the correct answer. As you grow up and you become better with English, it's not going to be necessary to do it anymore because your mind is going to get used to thinking English. But right now, since you're still learning, it's a good resource. It's a good way to do it, okay? So you have to do this activity. Then we go over here and then says, the sentence have mistakes. These sentences have mistakes. They do not follow the rules you learn from writing relative clauses. Circle the mistakes, circle them. Then rewrite the sentence correctly on the lines. The dog that knows many tricks is in the backyard. Einstein, who was born in Germany, was considered a genius. My grandma remembers a time when radio shows were popular. You have to circle the mistakes and then write them correctly. If you don't know how to do it, check the information that we have on the other page, page 77. Last but not least, writing skills. This part, we're gonna skip it. I know I said last but not least. Why? Because it's Children's Day. You already worked too much. You already did the things you have to do, and that's it for today. Okay? Again, so we can know what you have to do. For today, writing, you have to create your own hieroglyphs, write your name with it. Then you have to change the role. Boys, you're gonna be Cleopatra. Girls, you're gonna be Mark Antony, and you're gonna write a letter to the other person. Then language, we go to relative clauses. We have defining and non-defining relative clauses. Defining, they give us information that is essential to understand a sentence. Without it, we're not going to be able to understand it. Non-defining relative clauses, they give us extra information that if you take it away, you're still going to be able to understand the sentence. We usually use relative pronouns: who, which, that, when, what, those, whose, okay? We use those to write relative clauses. You have to answer the activities with relative clauses, and that's all for today. Kids, enjoy your day. I'll see you tomorrow, and I love you, okay? Bye-bye. Peace out. Teacher Roy, signing off.